Well then. Well then. Well. What can we say? What can we say about that? If you wanted cinema, you got cinema. But you got cinema for all the wrong reasons. I swear to God, yeah, this manager likes pain. He enjoys pain. He's like, those weird people when they go into pornographic fantasies, BDSM or something. The typical sort of ludicrous cock and ball torture shit. And you think, why does anybody like that? Why would anybody like that? Why does Ten Hag like doing what he does to absolutely hamper and handicap his own goddamn job? What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? The team that I sort of was looking at going into this game was not what, various parts of it I was like, yeah, that could be expected. Maguire on the pitch, not really. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Rashford on the pitch, wasn't a fan of that. Fernandes on the pitch, to be honest, didn't say it at the time, but not really a fan of it. But to be fair, Ericsson on the pitch, I was like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that working. But he needs to be in the number 10. To me, I'm planting my flag on that. Yeah, I'm planting my flag on that. It has to be Ericsson in number 10. Has to be. Because if it's not, it's just not going to work. We saw today that it was not going to work. We saw today that it didn't work. That it didn't work. Didn't work at all. Maguire at centre back. I think presence on the pitch changed the ways for some reason that we played. And I'm insistent that there has to be instruction from the manager that says, well, actually, we'll sort of play the awkward in the middle sort of high line. We won't say, oh, Maguire, play right at the top end of the pitch with Martinez and just get closer to your midfield. And I don't want you to basically play park the bus. I want you to play in the middle. Play in the middle, Harry. So we're sort of sat here watching off the back of Crystal Palace, where there was a little bit of rhythm from the team in terms of everything that was happening between our box and their box. And the games before that, it looked like there was something to sort of take, an idea to take, but then work with it, work on it, nurture it, flourish it into something else, something better. We looked like we went backwards today, significantly backwards, not just a slight step back, but a long way back, like in Snakes and Ladders. Instead of taking a snake to go down a couple of lines, they decided to add another snake that goes right the way back to the starting square. And we took that snake instead. We went straight back to square one. And it's crazy to think about, because it's like, how does that happen? How do you start to build something going the right direction just to end up going backwards and sending everything back in the other direction, regressing in such a short period of time? And I suppose you could look at what that team is and think, yeah, that looks like a reason. But also looking at how we played as teammates, we looked like we didn't really have much of a clue. We didn't really have any ideas. There wasn't really much going on upstairs, right? So with that in mind, you have to ask the question of the manager. What is the thought process here? What is the style? If what we were doing against Palace um, was good, yeah, what we do against Palace is good, but you're not happy with the scoreline, but then you come into this game and you start playing like that. I'm a little bit baffed, Mr. Ten Hag. I'm a little bit confused. I don't know what you're asking of this team. I don't know what you're asking of these players. Not to mention the handling of that squad was atrocious again today. So it's like if we put this down to track record for this season, the manager's actually been front and center of reasons why we don't win games. More like over 50% of the time. Palace, game management awful. Didn't win the game. Surprise, surprise. Twente tonight. Didn't win the game. Game management was poor again. Liverpool, poor game management and tactics. Brighton, didn't win. Poor game management and tactics. So Fulham had question marks as well, performance-wise. Question marks and handling of the squad from starting 11 to substitutions. Didn't really understand it. Southampton, question marks. Wrong choice of starting 11, questionable choice of starting 11. Barnsley, some people even then would have gone with different teams, but they won convincingly. And that you could say would be credit down to the players, as far as individuals go. Individuals got a lot of what you got a lot right that day. Tonight, the individuals couldn't step up, didn't step up. There's a lot of players that played today that should have been subbed off. Some got subbed off, others not. Others didn't. Bruno is very, very quickly becoming a cornerstone to the failure of Manchester United. Very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. He hasn't performed well, like nearly at all, in recent times. Recent weeks to months. Has not been performing well. We could say that it could be another example of a big guaranteed contract, and the reaction from the player side is, well, now I've got the contract with the big money. What else is there for me to do? What else is there for me to do? The fact that Bruno perhaps wanted so much money to stay on, and the club maybe shit themselves, feeling like there wasn't a better option out there. To be honest, I was sound with the idea that we'd sell him to make way for other incomings in the summer, and it feels more and more like that hunch that maybe letting Bruno go in the summer was actually right. It was justified. It was it wasn't just randomly, just a random shot in the dark. It was actually, it had weight to it. There was a reason for it, and we're unfortunately we're seeing that for a player that's not offering anything for us going forwards. It's not really offering anything in any other capacity either. His link up today was beyond horrendous. His shooting when he had shots, absolutely horrendous. decision making poor. Nothing good about. There's absolutely nothing good about Bruno today. None. In any capacity whatsoever. Disgraceful performance, but then you got to ask, well, if he's so bad, would there not be a logical thing? Would it not be a logical thing to perhaps take the player off and improvise and fix up the midfield? I mean, Mason Mount came on to move into that role. Eriksen stayed playing deep. Well, actually, it was actually Mainu that came on for Christian Eriksen. So Agate and Mainu stayed deep. Mount came on and for some reason, some weird reason, pushed Bruno out wide. I don't get this obsession with Bruno playing on the right hand side. He's beyond awful. He's beyond awful out wide. The only good performances he's ever had for this club came in the number 10 position. But the balance the manager keeps getting wrong. But here's the issue. What he gets wrong to all of us, he, in his mind, fully believes that this is a measured approach. It's measured ideas. Keep trying it. It's bound to work. These are my ideas. If they don't work, they don't work. Are you going to change it up, Mr. Erik ten Hag? No. Why wouldn't you do that? Because it's not my idea otherwise. It's not my way. And my way is doing it this way. Okay, so you're not going to change it, even though you know it doesn't work. Nah. Okay, then get sacked. Get sacked. Seriously. Sack the manager at this point. Sack the manager. Mission statement. Now by Hot Fuzz 44. Sack Ten Hag. Sack him. Sack him. Like, there's no point in trying to wait for this guy to turn things around to get it right. And people will tell us, oh, well, can you imagine these people who are Ten Hag out? Can you imagine being Ten Hag in by watching him, constantly make god-awful decision after god-awful decision, and you having to sit there and feel like the abused party in a toxic relationship? Like, guys, he is beating you in the face until you are black and blue. And you're sat there just taking it. You won't turn on him, though. No chance that you will turn on him, because if you do, it means you're less of a fan. You're not a real fan. Nah. I think prolonging the misery that is abhorrent failure by this football club is considered not being a real fan, considered being a fake fan, considered perhaps if you're out there talking absolute nonsense, perhaps it's an essence of, well, if I talk more negatively about Man United, it draws more attention to me, meaning that my paychecks are bigger. If I don't talk so negatively, my paychecks are, or if talk so negatively, then my paychecks are smaller. But in this case, I just feel like that there's not really much in the way of understanding what really is going on here, and people not quite smelling the smoke. Like, the house is on fire, guys. Can you not smell the smoke? Can you not make out that this place is burning down around you? And we're sat here at the coffee table drinking coffee saying, well, this is fine. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. When we all know it's not. The goal we conceded today was incredible. Genuinely incredible. The fact that half the team just threw the game away. Literally just threw. and it's insane, genuinely insane. I see people saying, "Well, Twente getting a lot of plaudits and a lot of credit, saying, oh, but they're a really good team." Well, sorry, but they're from the Eredivisie and they're not the best team. People then rate that the best team in the Eredivisie wouldn't finish even mid-table in our league. So, what are we trying to say here? That because Man United get beaten by them, that we should say, "Oh, but guys, come on, it is Twente. You do know that it is Twente. They they are they are absolutely formidable opponents. Like, come on." I did say before the game that they could do something, but that's on the course of an upset, not actually looking like we were going to be on the way to handing them the result. Because I wanted to say, well, Manchester United should play in control of this game on a result that you could say, oh, yeah, Man United, we could have won 3-0, 4-0 today quite easily, but we didn't. That's henceforth it's an upset. But we did not play well enough to even incur a 2-0, let alone 3-4-0. 1-0 would have been about accurate for a result. It would have been accurate. We didn't do anything else. Really, really didn't do anything else at all. So you sort of have to ask yourself this question. Spurs is coming up on this Sunday, and the manager has absolutely suicidally murdered this team's chances for Sunday. Sorry, we're not winning on Sunday with this result. We can't win. Winning is got to be impossible now. And people will say, well, come on, it's Man United at Old Trafford. Exactly. It's Man United at Old Trafford. Plus, we're also managed by Eric Ten Hag, so he'll probably go into, because Eriksen scored a goal, he'll probably start Bruno again for 90 minutes. He'll play absolutely atrociously. You'll play Eriksen in midfield because, he scored a goal, guys. He's got to play. He'll drop Agate to the bench and make way for Kobbie Mainoo, which makes absolutely no sense because Agate and Kobbie Mainoo both have been playing well. Eriksen has not been playing in his position that well, but has been performing outside of that position. Hey, it's almost like it's a revolutionary idea to play Eriksen in a more advanced role. It's almost revolutionary. Can't believe it. But what do I know? I'm just a football fan that has his head screwed on the right way round. Whereas, Ten Hag has apparently got the IQ of 1 million. And he sees that Eriksen, despite quite literally costing us a goal, as well as scoring a goal today, is justified to playing against a team that has a little bit of quality, but plays heavily based possession football and high press. So, what a little bit of press robbed Eriksen of the ball to concede the goal. It's a bit baffling to me. It's a little bit baffling, and the way that half the team fell apart to me is just it's a little bit funny. It is a little bit funny. It's comedic value because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. You'll genuinely cry, and that's literally Europa League campaign almost dead before it's even started. Like it's incredible. Porto up next, and that's away. Twente should have been guaranteed 3 points on the board and a builder of goal difference, so we have a strong position in the tables. I doubt that we'll beat Porto. I don't think we will. I think we'll lose because it's Porto. It's a Champions League opponent. They lost 3-2 to Bodo Glimt, a 10-man Bodo Glimt, by the way. So they want to right their wrongs. They'll want to come back and cause issues. So, I mean, what do we do? Really, what do we do? We're fucked. We're absolutely fucked. And we'll play Spurs. If we try any of the same pointless shit that we've tried today, we'll lose to them as well. Play against Porto, fail to beat them. Then, by the way, it's Aston Villa away. After that, on in the Premier League, seriously, Aston Villa away, absolutely incredible. Then I think it's international break, and then after international break, we're back against Brentford at home, and then we'll have Fenerbahce away in Europa League. So the run of fixtures for Man United don't get easier. We could have a solid red bar for results, or a orange and red bar for the last 5 games before international break. It's not good, is it? It's not good at all, is it? And for a manager that's meant to be in his 3rd season to prove that having faith in him is justified, and to reward the fans and his bosses in instilling their trust in him, looks like it's all going to come crashing down, isn't it? All going to come crashing down. And what a way to absolutely disappoint everybody that supports this club. What a way to do it. Through self-sabotage. It's crazy to think that a manager who makes this many bad decisions apparently doesn't want to be sacked. I think he does. He has to want to be sacked. Because there's no reason to make so many bad judgment calls. So many. Fucking hell. I could be in that position and not make so many issues, so many errors. So what else is it? Oh, God. But anyways, guys, let me know what your thoughts about the game are in the comment section down below. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It doesn't get any easier, as I've said, with Tottenham coming up on the weekend. Probably run a match preview for that on Friday. Sadly, there was no good, the bad, and the ugly this week, as Tony's away. He's on holiday. He's not back until next week. So, yeah, it's not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun at the moment. So, panic stations again for Manchester United. But anyways, guys, I'm going to head off and finish off the rest of my chocolate milk and drown my sorrows a little bit. But hopefully you can join me back here again for the preview for Tottenham. Preview for Tottenham on the way very, very soon. And yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say about tonight, about just absolutely being cataclysmic. So yeah, we carry on. It's jolly happy clappers. Happy clappers. Just be positive, guys. Just be positive. They could literally shut our doors tomorrow, but we still have to believe that we'd win the league despite having the club's doors close. That sort of logic. That sort of positivity. Make of it what you will, guys. Make of it what you will. Anyways, I'm out, skis. Take care, and yeah, we'll see you guys again at the latest Friday, because I want to do my preview before the weekend. Until then, guys, take care, and we'll see you soon.